Do you remember the days when we had to transfer simple files using USB sticks? Thanks to Dropbox, sending and organizing files on multiple devices is now incredibly easy. It has become a platform where you can upload files, documents, and even pictures, and have them available on any of your devices. On your way to work, change the file on your phone, and the new version will be waiting for you at your desk. Even though we use this gift every day, it wasn't that easy for two strangers to create such a tool. Houston and his love for computing. Houston was born in Acton, Massachusetts in 1983. He was the son of Ken and Cecily Houston. At present, he lives in San Francisco, California. His father worked as an electrical engineer. During his high school years, Houston attended Acton-Boxborough Regional High School. Originally, he decided to become a video game tester because of his love of video games. Once he was introduced to programming by his father, his attention began to diverge to computers. But a young Drew Houston has always been interested in computers. When he was 5, he started programming in BASIC. While in high school, he helped test games from a certain company, finding lots of bugs and helping them fix things so they could market their product. After this, Drew was hired by the company as an apprentice and eventually got his first job at the tender age of 14. Drew has always known what he wants to do: work with computers, and one day have his own business. In 2001, he entered MIT and opted for electrical engineering and computer science. As he studied, he had a few ideas for how he could start his own business, and even launched his first one. In his 21st year, he founded an SAT prep company, Accolade, with his high school teacher. It wasn't until later that he realized his career in technology was only just beginning. Drew finally graduated from MIT in 2006. He acquired as much experience as he could before starting Dropbox by working at HubSpot and Bit9. Dropbox's vision. Drew decided to take the bus to work one day while en route from Boston to New York. The trip took 6 hours, so he thought he could finish his work during that time. Unfortunately, he had left his USB flash at home, a mistake that he frequently made. He was tired of constantly dealing with this problem, so he thought having everything in one place and being able to access it from anywhere would greatly simplify his life. It was this experience that led him to write some code to create an application that would help him solve this problem. Drew didn't have a clear idea of what he was going to do at first, but he developed his code throughout his 6-hour drive. How did things turn out? Dropbox's initial code. Looking for a business soulmate. Without an MVP, or minimum viable product, he had difficulty explaining the idea behind Dropbox to investors. This would have taken years of development given the technical nature of Dropbox. Houston then created a 3-minute video demonstrating the technology in its intended form. That video was aimed at a tech-savvy group of early adopters. In addition to his own benefit, Drew hoped that the platform would be useful to other people as well, such as students and employees. In order to help him fund his idea, he contacted Y Combinator, which supports startups. But starting a startup wasn't so easy. The Y Combinator asked him to find a co-founder for his idea, and gave him 2 weeks to find a co-founder. Drew described finding a partner so quickly as getting married on the first or second date. Drew decided that MIT was the place he would find a partner who would devote their time and energy to this idea, since there's a good chance that he'd find someone with similar interests. Taking that route was a good choice, as it led him to his partner, Arash Ferdowsi. Arash Ferdowsi, the man who risked everything. Among his many interests, Arash Ferdowsi also had a great passion for computers. While still in elementary school, he learned his first programming language. As a computer engineer, he was interested in learning how algorithms worked, so MIT seemed like a good next step. One of his favorite courses was Introduction to Algorithms. Was he foreshadowing? Nope, just working hard. Since he was so fascinated with creating algorithms, he wanted to learn everything there was to know about the subject. This proved to be especially useful when Dropbox was in its infancy. After seeing a demo video about Dropbox on Hacker News, Arash decided to reach out to Drew. The two of them didn't realize that they were the perfect team until they'd spent about 2 hours together. During that meeting, both Arash and Drew made life-changing decisions. Arash opted to leave MIT with only 1 semester left and invest completely, while Drew was fulfilling a childhood dream: getting funding and overcoming obstacles. It took much longer to create Dropbox than to find the right partner and have a coffee. This dynamic duo was hardworking, dedicated, and determined to fulfill their goals. Drew and Arash complemented each other by planning steps together and sharing similar values, but they also worked on separate problems at the same time, which made them more efficient. Drew returned to Y Competitor with his new partner this time, and the presentation was successful. They were introduced to Sequoia and Michael Moritz, a renowned investor and former board member of Google. Following a meeting with Michael, Drew and Arash got their first funding of $1.2 million. Both of them valued this investment greatly and kept them motivated to keep going. Almost a year after they received the funds, Dropbox went live publicly in September 2008. Even though it might seem like a long time, Arash and Drew wanted to ensure that they created a product that people loved. By using simple demo videos that they posted on Reddit and Slashdot, as well as using guerrilla marketing, they managed to get a few 100,000 signups before the public launch. The simple offer of free storage for both you and your friend attracted a great number of users. Invite your friend, and you'll both get it. It turned out that this simple tactic was extremely effective, as the number of users grew from 5,000 to 200,000 in only a few weeks. Drew's initial loyal customers were given 250 megabytes of extra storage for every referral they made. Customers soon began pouring in by the millions. Dropbox offered free users 2 gigabytes of storage as a way to entice them to love the platform and upgrade to 3 terabytes of storage for $12.50 a month. In less than a year, Dropbox quadrupled its membership and hired Salesforce's Adam Gross as its Senior Vice President, Marketing and Sales. A new era. The Dropbox fever had everyone by surprise, including Steve Jobs. Drew and Arash had a meeting with Steve Jobs in 2009, as Steve Jobs was contemplating making an offer for their startup, which attracted new users almost every minute. Steve has been a hero to Drew for years, so this was a big deal for them. Arash and Drew went to the meeting in a panic. What were they to expect? According to reports, Steve wanted Dropbox to buy him, but Dropbox rejected the offer, and Steve threatened to crush Dropbox if they rejected him. This would be scarring for just about anyone, but not them. Drew recognized that the company had a good product and hardworking, dedicated employees who were committed to fixing problems. The same kinds of problems that iCloud was likely to encounter. Both he and Arash were focused on meeting users' needs and ensuring their independence, and they succeeded. Dropbox attracted the attention of another tech giant in 2009. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg also contacted Drew via Facebook message. But he had different plans. He wanted Dropbox to collaborate with him. As a result of this partnership, Facebook users were able to upload files directly from Dropbox to any group or post. Dropbox's popularity has grown to the point where celebrities like The Edge, Bono, and Eddie Vedder have invested in it. Dropbox these days. More than 500 million people use Dropbox today, and almost 12 million of them have paid a subscription fee. Dropbox saves an average of 1 billion files each day. It has a market value of $8.82 billion as of July 2020. In 2016, Drew stepped down as Dropbox's CEO, while Arash became a member of the board of directors. Today, you can use Dropbox worldwide and in multiple languages. You can use it in 19 different languages and in almost 200 countries all over the world. Its 300 million users come from countries other than the United States, which is an interesting fact altogether. Another interesting statistic about them is that 58% of lawyers use Dropbox, making it their preferred method of storing files online. Despite all the bumps in their journey to success, Arash and Drew remained humble and dedicated to meeting the needs of their clients. Did this not sound like an amazing story? Working on your dream, rejecting the biggest tech tycoon for it, and having it succeed? Drew Houston, awards and honors. Number 1, his name appeared on Businessweek's Under 30 Most Promising Players list. Number 2, Dropbox is widely considered to be Y Combinator's most successful investment to date. Number 3, Inc.com listed him among its top 30 under 30 entrepreneurs. And number 4, Dropbox was named one of Silicon Valley's top 20 startups. One of Houston's famous quotes goes like this: "A school is a place where every little mistake leads to a permanent crack. But in the real world, if you don't swerve around and hit the guardrails every now and then, you aren't moving fast enough. Get too comfortable and you'll fail." A story like Houston's can help us in our own entrepreneurial journey. His experiences can help us as we form our own opinions and begin to make our own decisions. Thank you so much for staying until the very end. Please subscribe to our channel so you can see more inspirational videos. And do not forget to like the video.